Hello. I'm going to talk to you for a few minutes now about ways you can find themes in the works of literature you read. Most writers of literature present themes indirectly and implicitly. They don't necessarily state their themes directly, but rather allow us as readers to find them. So, in fact, we often have to do a little work when we want to talk thematically about literature. We have to think a little bit and look for clues to discover the themes in the literature we read. This lecture will discuss a couple of ways that we can do this work. First, we help ourselves as readers by paying attention to what a work emphasizes through repetition. Writers will often repeat elements that they want us to notice particularly, so that we see those elements a number of times and discover they have some significance. We might see an example of this in Poe's story, The Telltale Heart. Notice how much of this story concentrates on the old man's eye. The narrator describes this eerie eye a number of times quite vividly. This makes us think that the eye might be significant thematically. In fact, this focus on a particular detail in this way might make us think of it as a symbol for something the story wants to say about fear of exposure to the scrutiny of other people. This is a story, perhaps, about the need for privacy in modern urban civilization and how the lack of that privacy can disarrange us and, in fact, cause terrible results. Looking at the repetition of this image leads us as readers to develop deeper ideas about the story. By noticing what the story repeats, we can think more about what the story wants to say to us on a more thematic level. Also, we can find themes in a work by noticing what specific elements we pay particular attention to. Elements of a work that call themselves to our minds most distinctly can help us get ideas about what the entire work can mean. What we particularly notice will have an impact on how we read the work and what we see themes of that work to be. For example, as I read A Doll's House, I happened to notice the changes to the Helmer family's Christmas tree at the start of Act 2. Ibsen goes out of his way in the stage directions to point out the tree's disheveled condition, with no ornaments and burnt-out candles in its branches. It seems to me that this represents not just the passage of time, but also the decay of the family's illusions, both of which seem particularly important in this play, both the passage of time and the decay of illusions. Noticing this small detail helped me see an important theme of the play, the way that family rituals only temporarily protect us from reality. In this way, paying attention to a small but distinctive detail helped me greatly thinking about the play. And indeed, doing this kind of attentive reading, noticing small details that seem to have greater significance, can help us greatly as we keep thinking about themes. And so you've seen here a couple of ways to find themes in literary works. As you keep reading literature and reading about literature, you'll keep seeing the different ways that writers express themes with their work. Almost no writer does it the same way that some other writer does. They all have slight differences. But you'll also keep seeing the various ways that we as readers discover those themes, through keeping an eye on what an author repeats or paying attention to what details an author puts in there, especially details that we don't understand. Thinking about those details can help us greatly as we think about the themes a writer has expressed with a work of literature. I hope that what you've seen in this lecture will help you find more and more levels of meaning in what you read. As always, thank you for your time and attention.